Hello everyone, and my name is Agnieszka Ślemińska from Connect Point, and I would like to welcome to all of you on our exciting webinar titled Manufacturing Monitoring Platform Empowered by AI. We are thrilled that you could join us today, and we got fantastic lineup of our speakers. So we are really looking forward to hearing from you all the valuable insights. But before we will start, I would like to mention a few words about what our audience can expect from our webinar today. So for sure, we will have discussion on business problems that AI can solve, especially in the context of operational data and work instructions, and discussion on predictive analytics and models supporting business decision making. We will review technological challenges as on-prem versus cloud infrastructure and data quality, what is important right now. We will also present a specific solutions and use cases of AI in manufacturing. And on the end, call to action, how to start AI projects with the help of Microsoft and Connect Point. So let's kick things off by introducing our fantastic guest. Marcin Gad from Twinings company, a plant manager.
Hello, everyone.
Andrzej Nawrot, also from Twinings company, IT manager.
Hello.
Marcin Gnielewski, industry specialist from Microsoft.
Hello.
Konrad Napieralski, industry advisor from Microsoft. And last but not least, our lady, Gabriela Grusza from Connect Point, Smart RDM product manager.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so we are really looking forward to hearing your insights. So the first question to Marcin and Andrzej from Twinings. Can you tell us about your roles at Twinings and give us the scope of what's happening at Twinings right now and what the company does?
Yeah, so hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I've joined Twinings organization in 2010. Previously, my background was also working for FMCG manufacturing mainly. And my role in Twinings right now is plant manager. So I'm responsible for the core business process end-to-end from raw materials reception to the finished good shipment, so the making process and engineering. And of course, my main responsibility is to transfer raw materials into the finished good as quick as possible, of course, according to the quality and health and safety standard. And my biggest responsibility is support my team to achieve the better results. So all the topics and technology we will discuss today, it's very important for me to give this support to my team. So looking forward to discuss the topics.
Yeah, and this part is very important, as you said, how to support on the daily basis your team, and this is what we would like to discuss later on.
Hello once again. So I'm with Twinings since 2011. My current role is actually overseeing the whole supply chain and obviously manufacturing. So supply chain without manufacturing won't exist. So manufacturing is a big part of what I'm doing on the day-to-day activities. Twinings has three biggest supply centers where we also manufacture. So the biggest one is in Poland, in Swarzędz, and then we have one in UK, in Andover, and in India, in Calcutta. So currently we are focusing on Poland side, which is the biggest and most advanced, and we partner with roles like Marcin, with also the other departments to see what we can do to improve the processes, to improve the overall product at the end. So that's my role with Twinings. Thank you.
Okay. And Marcin, last time when we spoke, you said that Twinings is on the journey of digital transformation. And can you give us an overview, I mean the historical overview, how it all started, what was like on the beginning, and where are you now, and what is the plan for the future?
Yeah, so the manufacturing team is really focused to operational excellence, to improve the process according the lean manufacturing culture. So whole my team, manufacturing team, is really pay attention to improve the process, reducing the losses and achieve better efficiency calculated in OEE KPI, and reduce the losses, reduce the rejects from the machine. And couple of years ago, like 1 or 2 decades, our main tool to do this continuous improvement was lean management. And but last 7 years, we've noticed that to achieve really world-class manufacturing level, we need something more. And looking how the technology, big data technology is coming with support, it was obvious for us that we need to take advantage for this opportunity. And we, let's say, powered our lean management, creating the big data system. So we started to collect the data from the machine PLCs, getting the more insight, better understanding of what is going on in process. And it is crucial for the operators, also team leaders and the management, to have the proper understanding, to have
like a fundamental thing, yes,
yeah,
you started.
to have the proper understanding and good insight what is going on in the process during the game, during the shift. Post factum analysis at the end of the shift is not enough anymore, because you need to know what is going on during the action to take the proper decision, to make the proper decision, to take the proper action, and achieve better results. For our team leaders and the managers, the medium-term and long-term analytics was very important to indicate the main constraints in the process in the medium and long term, to uplift the process on the higher level. So we started to collect the data from the PLCs. We create the
real time.
we create the real-time analytics. It's like in Formula One that when the
every second counts.
Yeah.
Not even second, milliseconds, right?
Yeah, there is a lot in common between the professional sport like Formula One and manufacturing, which is focused on improving the results. So it's like in Formula One, a lot of parameters are tracked by the engineers which work in the background during the race, tracking a lot of parameters, and there is ongoing communication between the driver and the engineers to achieve the better results, to make good decision during the game. And our understanding of our process, trying to improve our process, was the same. We need to track the process real time, make the proper decision, give the visibility for the operator. So the real-time analytics was one pillar of our approach. The second was historian medium-term and long-term analytics, more dedicated for the team leaders and the managers, to give them some tools to have also proper insight and understanding, but give them possibility to indicate the medium-term and long-term constraints and take the proper action, and also support the team to uplift the process efficiency. So this is where we are now, and we are, let's say, on a good level, because our OE is 80%. Our losses, our waste are 1.5%, which is very good in FMCG. But looking for the future,
It's already significant, right?
Yeah,
This result.
absolutely. And it's not only OEE and losses reduction, it's all cost effectiveness improvement. But looking for the future and looking at the development of the AI technology, we still see the potential, to improve and get even better results. And definitely we want to be part of this journey.
Search for the new thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And in my opinion, everything what you said is really fascinating, especially, I'm pretty sure for that, especially for those that have no idea what is behind the scene when they're preparing a tea, because this is also worth to mention that Twinings is producer one of the famous tea worldwide. Yeah, so for all of those that are making a tea at home, have no idea what is behind the scene, right? And now I would like to switch to the Microsoft, to the Konrad. And Konrad, can you share how Microsoft supports companies in implementing AI in the manufacturing industry? You as a
Absolutely. Before I start, I have to mention that you just recalled one of the very, very old memories in my head. When I was a child, at my grandma's house, there was a shelf in the kitchen, and there was this tin box, a Twinings Earl Grey tea.
Yes.
Bergamot oil added. I had no clue what is it about, but it was a very cool tin box, and I always wanted to have it and and use it when I played. So coming back to your question, we have this privilege of being in an interaction with a number of customers all over the world in different industries. Then we can absorb lots of information. So actually, what I'm saying now is what we are hearing from our customers in manufacturing space. So talking to these customers, we usually hear that the areas that are the most important for them, or their focus areas in terms of the applying the digital technologies, is first of all overall how to monetize the data. Because I would dare to say that this is the industry that is really very much advanced already in capturing data. It's not now. We are not now in a moment that we have to install sensors or equip more our machineries to capture the data. The data is there. The question is how to turn it into the business outcomes, and the areas that are being perceived by our customers are of course production optimization. So if we can improve a fraction of percentage of availability of the plant or the line or whatever, it brings millions at the end. But secondly, of course, it's the area of health and safety, and there's also the area of intelligent supply chain. And after all, it's also the area of building the overall knowledge base for the company. With all this vast amount of data, all this past experience, building having already this knowledge base, but thinking of how to best utilize it. So to make the long story short, the first answer to majority of these priorities or priority challenges or targets from the manufacturing companies, as a foundation, is building the data platform. So having an industrial data platform in place is usually the first step to be able to start really monetizing the data, and doing it in a smart way, not treating each and every project as a separate being, rather building all these data capabilities in one place and simply running the different scenarios depending on what you currently want to achieve. And what adds a lot of additional capabilities and multiplies the potential scenarios of using this data is obviously artificial intelligence, the main topic for us today.
Do you think there is something like, how to call that, a fear of unknown, and they are just, searching for something new and
I would say not anymore.
the others?
I would say not anymore. I mean,
Okay.
I think we will get to the point that we will be discussing also some real cases later during these discussions. But some of those are really already like 5-10 years ago. Then some AI deployments were being done to improve the production in certain industries. So I don't think it's anymore a fear. It's rather a hunger for knowledge, how to do it in the best,
And
most efficient
curiosity.
way, and of course curiosity. What else is possible? Because of course, if we add this generative AI factor to this, that brings another vast amount of capabilities. Of course, the story becomes even more exciting.
Yeah, that's correct. And Gabriela from Connect Point, the partner of Microsoft and the partner for Twinings also. And I have a question to you. How Connect Point assists companies in adapting AI to their manufacturing needs? What unique solution you can offer to those
Okay,
companies?
so Connect Point is a solution provider for industries and utilities, and we explore different tools and services and models related to artificial intelligence. We cooperate with Microsoft. We use Microsoft components, but also other. We compare them, we develop them, we check the quality of results, we check the price, which is also important. And we also have a team of experts and scientists that work on our own models. So we implement different methodologies like machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and other optimizations of algorithms, and we create solutions for our clients. So usually our clients have very specific needs and requirements. But also we built one solution for manufacturing in general. It is called Smart Chat. And for the end user, it works like ChatGTP, maybe, something like that. But of course, in the background, we have different mechanisms and different data processing to provide the best information for the end user.
So there is a one tool that you can provide to all the companies, but if there is a specific need of any of these companies, you can simply add it.
Yeah, because we implement data science in general, so we provide also experts in this area.
Okay, thank you. So if we talk about what kind of issue the AI can address, so Marcin, you said at the beginning you have to support your employee, your operators on the daily basis. Can you give us some information? How do you do that? And maybe you already use some AI tool, or maybe do you have it in plan?
As I mentioned earlier, we started collecting the data. Our journey is already 7-8 years, so there is really massive, large amount of the data, and it is used for the real-time monitoring and visualize the key parameters of the process for the operator. So it's like you are driving your car, and your car give you an alert that there is low pressure, air pressure in your tire. You should stop and check what is going on. Yeah. Or give you some alerts that there are some symptoms, you are tired and you need a cup of coffee. So the same situation.
Or tea.
Or tea, yeah, definitely. I should say tea. So it's a little bit similar situation. When track the process real time, we can give some guidelines, some tips for the operator, what to do to react to apply the proper action to abnormality. And achieve the better results during the game, during the shift. So it is something we are doing right now, visualize the key parameters, but we are working on to create the algorithm and to give some guidelines. Yeah? Having massive, large amount of data, we are more and more capable to deliver this. And observing the development of the technology and the success, the technology like ChatGPT or OpenAI, we are really curious what can we achieve, asking this technology to analyze this massive, large amount of data and give us some let's say conclusion. So it seems like the advanced analytics can be done not by the human being, not by the operator, not by the team leader or even manager. And it is fact that the technology can do this analytics far much better than the human being. And if we can define the events which are the nightmare for us, like breakdowns, stoppages, quality defects, maybe the technology can scan all this data and find the data sequence that is symptoms that this event can occur. So having this kind of tool, we can implement predictive maintenance and take the action before this this event will happen. So this is something we are really curious what we can achieve, and we are really looking forward to test the solution like this, having the large amount of data collected already.
Okay, so all this sounds like the really huge game changer. And Konrad, if you can say a few words, in your opinion, how this game changer can influence on the manufacturing industry?
So obviously, all these four. I think I mentioned four main pillars that we hear from our customers are the focus, being of course optimization of the production, most likely the most important one. All of these can be being addressed by usage of AI in a different from the different angles. I would say that what is, I think, extremely important is that we are not trying to. I mean, English have this nice saying that it's not giving a fish, it's giving a fishing rod. Yes, so there's a platform holding a number of components that can be utilized to build your own solution. And with partners like Connect Point, having the domain knowledge, and with customers that are willing to create something for themselves instead of just buying off-the-shelf product that can address maybe today and current problem, but usually will not be growing with the company, with the challenges, with the things. It is I would say first step to success. So having in place these components available, and we have a number of digital pre-built, I would say, solution for the predictive maintenance, for forecasting, for analyzing a large amount of data, and of course, as we said, with the generative AI boost, we are also achieving additional scope of functionalities in terms of how to access and work with this data on the daily basis. So having all these components on the table, we are able to build a solution together with our customers, with our domain partners, that is specifically responding to the customer challenge, but also it's scalable. It's naturally built in the cloud, born in cloud, so it's scalable. It can grow with the customer, and it can be easily replicated to other business domains as the needs come. So I would say in general, I would say, response to your question, I would point to this as the main strength of this type of approach. So building something tailor-made instead of just buying something off the shelf.
Mm-hmm. It means that something is very specific to some of the.
Yes, and it's flexible. It's simply can be easily translated to different usage as this need comes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you mentioned predictive analytics, and the next question that I would like to ask is, what significance do predictive analytics have in the manufacturing industry? So what is on your wish list, let's say, yeah, that you would like to analyze in the future?
Yeah, so
to see the future like the magic ball.
yeah. So thinking about the predictive maintenance, predictive analytics, we, let's say, consider two approaches. One is that we can put the sensor measuring the critical, let's say, parameters, collecting some symptoms in advance, let's say, and trigger some action or guidelines for the operator, team leader, or the manager. But the second approach that can be applied, which is very interesting, because this first one I mentioned is well known from, let's say, like 10 or 20 years. It is something that company does, having the TPM solution and the world-class manufacturing, but something that AI can come up with the support. It's the predictive maintenance without sensor, but use and take advantage for the large amount of that data built from the history. Yeah, because as I mentioned, we believe that defining some events like quality faults or stoppages or some failure, we can ask the technology to scan this data and check if there are some data pattern, that data profile that can help us predict this improper event. And this is something which is really interesting, because it seems that some abnormalities and some improper events can be alerted in advance, only observing the data without, let's say, any sensor. We believe that we can achieve something like this, and now we are on the position to do some pilot program together with Connect Point, scanning the data, building some algorithm, and do some pilot programs, getting and learning what value added we can achieve. So there are two approaches for predictive maintenance, and definitely predict an improper event. We can. This is the highest level of improving the process, the higher level, or improving our key performance indicators. So it is also something we want to develop together with Connect Point. Yeah.
Okay, so it means that this new approach, do I understand well, based on the historical data, you collect those data, and the special algorithm is finding something abnormal and give you the information upfront. And this way, or this approach, can significantly reduce your cost, because you don't have to buy sensors and other devices that collect this data, because it's on this new model, right?
Yeah, we believe it could be like this. In some particular cases, definitely the sensor is something we really need, but maybe there are
yeah, of course you still need cases, but yeah. In other hand, you can try something new.
Check if the data will tell us really something that can help to take the action before the improper event will happen. Yeah. So this is something we believe help us to improve our process and achieve the next level. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I think it was very cool, let's say, for other audience. And Gabriela, how do you use smart RDM in this area? I mean, the predictive analytics and all this stuff that Martin mentioned.
So maybe I will explain how we implement or trying to resolve this need from our client Twinings in our system. And also with cooperation with Microsoft. So we created something that is called a cyber physical loop. And it works like that. The system has all the data collected from the past. Yes, we have this historical data based on the performance, based on the data from the machines, and so on and so on. So we have this huge data sets, as well as we have real-time data. And in big data and analysis module in Smart RDM, we can trigger or schedule some analysis, some complex analysis. Yes, so we have analysis design scripts that perform different analysis and give back data. Then the results go back to Smart RDM, and then we have functionalities that will advise user what actions he or she should take. So we have some scenarios, what to do in given situation. And then also user use Smart RDM to start these actions, because we want to track how this issue is managed. Yes, so we know how much time it took, for example, to repair some machine, or to take care about this machine, to react to some issue. And then this data go back as real-time data, and is the foundation for the repeated analysis. Yes, so the system learns based on this historical and real-time data and suggests new scenarios in the situation. Yeah, so we have this closed loop, and I think that this will resolve the problem or these requirements.
Okay, so the next topic, let's say, of our discussion today is or are technological challenges. So, Andrzej, question to you: what infrastructure challenges have you encountered at Twinings, if any?
Yeah, obviously we had quite a few challenges. So around 4 or 5 years ago, we've changed our strategy as a cloud first. So we review what's the technology back then, and we spotted that cloud is mature enough for us, or maybe we are mature enough for cloud. And then almost every time we were looking for new solutions, we were saying, is it cloud? Obviously, we are doing that all proper due diligence from the security perspective, scalability, and so on. And one of the systems which we start moving to the cloud was Smart RDM. So well, actually, Smart RDM was already in the cloud, but some of the components has to be moved from on-prem to the cloud, and these give us a lot of opportunities. So first of all, when we started, when Twinings started in production in Poland, it was like 20 machines maybe at the beginning. Now we have 100 plus machines. So it's a significant increase, and cloud gives us this scalability. Yeah, we don't have to do it. We don't have to buy hardware. We don't have to buy special equipment. We can do it quite easily, almost in real time.
Monthly.
Yeah, exactly. And we were also struggling with performance issues on on-premise solutions in the past. And again, cloud gives us this opportunity to scale very fast, very easy. And also now looking for AI coming in, I think AI without cloud would be very difficult to implement. And now it gives us a lot of advantage to actually use the AI solutions which are already built in the cloud with access to our data. So actually we are now swifting from data-driven to almost AI orchestrated manufacturing. So that's our ambition for the next 5 years. As Martin mentioned, we started this journey, but I think cloud is helping us a lot with this.
Good to know. And Martin, regarding any technological challenges, do you face something similar in other companies, or do you see different challenges? How it looks like in your perspective?
One more time, thank you, and thank you for invitation. Pleasure to be here discussing with you. Technical challenges is obvious, it's always, but I think what is important to mention, especially in the cloud adoption and now the AI revolution, I want to mention that there are other aspects which heavily impact on the projects and the business value. I'm thinking about the digital culture in organization, and also thinking about the implementing using the open data model. So from the technical perspective, as AI works, we can retrain the model, we can improve them, and other iteration is better than this in the past. But what taking time is to changing the people behavior, changing the culture in organization. So digitalizing, for example, frontline workers, or using the other data sources, sharing the data, building this whole digital culture in organization. It takes time and needs executive sponsorship. So organizations have to knowing about this, yeah. So I think that from the technological point of view, we have a lot of tools and choices. So we have the cloud, we have AI, we have hybrid architecture. We can even,
which is very popular, right?
Which is very popular, of course. And even we can using the AI in on-prem environment also, yeah, in some specific scenarios. But what we have to focus is definitely looking for the business value and investing in skilling, especially in the people which now sometimes have a challenge with the using AI in the proper way.
So there is no one, let's say, golden rule for any factory, so they all the time can choose what is the best for them, right?
Of course, the organization are on the different level of development of cloud adoption of AI, for example. Yeah, so we need to shape to the environment, to the internal limitation, or low regulation. It depends on which market you're working on. Yeah.
So security is also very important.
It's a base. Is a security by design. Yeah. So maybe we don't always hold this, but this is this is a basement. Yeah. This is a very important.
Main point is flexibility. This is what Andrzej said. Yeah, that this is something that this scalability give you a really high marketing approaches, right?
Yeah, and using the proper tool in the proper way, in the proper time. Yeah, so you have to building the knowledge, experience to using it in an efficient way. So it's
And if we talk about the data quality, because this is the next point, so can you add something regarding the data quality from your perspective?
of course is always a challenge. Yeah, many companies collect the data, having it, but not many focus on the data quality. So now many companies open the projects of building the raw data platform. So don't compress the data, standardize the data, collect as much as is possible, and working on the data quality. Because if you don't have a good data quality, result will be not
That's the thing, yeah.
good. Yeah,
Good data quality is important because of the
first step. Yeah.
is the first step. So the same question, if I may, to Gabriela, how affects, because this is important, yeah, the data quality affects after that with AI, yeah, that the results that we would like to achieve.
So in our solution, Smart Chat, we have dedicated database for the end user to search with AI and to give answer to the user. Yeah? So we, in general, simplify the way the operator interact with the system and how he or she achieve the information. And the user can ask any question, but the AI won't give the answer to anything because it only relies on the production database. So, for example, if user asks about, I don't know, what is the best movie to watch this week, the system will give information. I don't have such data. But if the user asks which machine was the most effective during my shift, or I don't know, what is the current OEE of this machine, the system will provide this information. Also, the user can ask about time series statistics, some probability measures, some other results, as we discussed before. But the information at the end relates on the data stored in the database. So before we start implementation, we always recommend to build the proper data model, to build the proper data context. Yes, we need to teach AI what this data mean. To get appropriate information at the end.
So the first step is to prepare the data.
Yeah, because we have a lot of information, as it was said, we have a lot of devices, sensors, OT systems, and so on. But we need to have clear data model. We need to know what is the context, what these collected values mean. And then we can perform analysis. Of course, we have also step of this data verification and validation. Not all data collected is
Kind of validation. Can you give us some?
We have some automated analysis that can detect not correct data and just remove it. And also we have tools for users to manually correct the data and approve the
May we say that, for example, if the data are not correct, there is a mess. Yeah. So even if we build something based on AI, on the end we will get incorrect information.
Of course, because AI doesn't know.
So we have to start with the right preparation of the data. That's the reason why the quality of data is so important.
Yes. In general, we need to teach AI what data means, and we need to be sure that this is the correct foundation for the analysis.
And from Marcin and Andrzej perspective, do you have something to add about the data quality? Do you have some experience? You have to have.
Yeah, definitely. So we were the lucky one because before implementing the real-time monitoring and historian analytics, the system was very simple. So we have the manual records done by the operators on the paper, and then at the end of the shift, this data was, let's say,
on the paper, like me right now, paper and a pen.
Yes, and it was collected on the paper, and end of the shift, all the reports on paper was taken by the team leader, which spent like 1.5 hours to type this in Excel work spreadsheet. Yeah, we have post factum at the end of the game results, which was too late, let's say, to improve something. But having this, let's say, system and go to the future system that moment, we at the beginning we run in a dual mode. So we compare the results, type manually in the Excel, and the results given already by the system. And the comparison
Just to get
tell us-
assurance, yeah, that everything.
Yeah. And at the beginning, there was a lot of situation. We spotted some, let's say, deviation, which was abnormal in the system. So we have to change a little bit the formula that works in Excel, but not work for some reason in the system. We have to automatize some additional data collection to achieve the reliable data, reliable results. And the second issue was connected more in, let's say, hardware and architecture. There was one or two components that make some slack in the system. So we're struggling with the issue that the data was not completed. So some part of the data were lost for some reason because of some bottlenecks. I don't know how to say bottlenecks or constraint made by not proper component in the whole architecture. So it is even at the architecture, I would add this thing to our discussion. The architecture is important right now for us, but it is even more important trying to take the advantage from the AI, because it seems like doing the AI, it is not only to transfer the data from the machine to some reports and so forth, some visualization, but also to trigger some signal if algorithms tell us that there is some event that we need to take the action. Maybe in the future we will want to trigger the action and stop the machine, let's say, or so it can be both direction communication. So the architecture is something we are really revise right now, asking for some audits if our architecture is really ready for the AI. So we have also the plan, the vision, what we want to achieve, but in the same way we need to revise our architecture if we are, let's say, ready for this change.
And if I may to extend this, so we were struggling as an IT function, to be honest, a lot at the beginning to understand this data, because in the past it was, manufacturing engineers and IT. There was two separate worlds. Then we started working together. This was very, very challenging for us because we don't understand the PLCs. We don't understand this manufacturing, the machinery. On the other hand, automation engineers, they didn't fully understand the IT. The cloud, firewalls, all this kind of bit. This was quite complex for them. So it was a big journey for us to work together, to understand each other, to resolve the problem which Marcin mentioned. But now we are on this stage that we have a reliable system which we are using every day, every single day, and we don't have this problem. However, the other watch out was that when we started in 2016 gathering the data, we had some ideas what we want to achieve. But when we started connecting our machines, apparently they were giving us much more data than we wanted at the beginning. And what we did, we actually gathered all of them. At that time, we have no clue what we could do with them. But now we are in...
Want to choose, right?
Yeah, which one to choose. But now actually it's a kind of advantage for us because we started exploring this. So it's not only on information from machines. This is environmental information like humidity, temperature. Now we are looking much more into energy. Yeah? We know that energy is the big topic currently worldwide. So this is something what we are working very closely now to look, what is the correlation, how we can save the energy, how we be more efficient also on that space.
And what is the cost per one pair of the bag?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. And the next question is directed to the Microsoft regarding the Microsoft Capital and Aviva asset framework, and again the data quality management in context of AI. So what tools do you offer to tackle the data quality?
We have a set of tools. I don't want to say that we have one. I want to say that we have a set of tools. For example, Purview as a set of capabilities to improve the data quality. But I want to mention also that important is the process of data quality, how to improve the data, how to collect more sources, how to correlate data between the different sources, how to using the open catalog, open data sources, which is very sometimes important to improve our, for example, prediction. If we're thinking about, for example, for prediction of energy cost, it's maybe important to connect to wind forecast in Germany, which is open data, because the Germany energy market impact heavily on the energy costs in the whole Europe, and the forecast of wind in Germany, which produce many energy if the environment is when it's blowing. Yeah, so I think the looking for a space for improvement in own data sets is important to improve the data quality. So sometimes if we have a problem with improve the data quality because of lack of data or of quality, maybe we can use in different way. We can choose different sources, maybe outside of our organization, maybe it's an open catalog and which data we can use. So it's not only case of a proper tool because the tool are available, but how to use this tool in the proper way, how to building the process of improving the data quality in organization. I think we have to thinking and looking at this issue more complex. Yeah.
There is no one simple answer for that. It's
as consultant, it depends. Yeah, always good answer for any question.
But I know there is something like codification, and this is something that ConnectPoint is doing and advising customers.
Yeah, when we connected the data from sensors, we need to perform such thing that is called codification, because we need to translate this raw data to the more business systems and explain what the signals or values mean. And we built something that is called asset framework. And in this asset framework, this is Aviva's solution. We build a data context and just segregate, organize data in proper way for future analysis.
Okay. And if we can move to the use cases. So what are the key AI use cases in the manufacturing industry? Can you identify something? So let's talk about that point. Martin, can you give us some example? Something that you got in your mind, on your wish list?
Yes, definitely, and some projects are already started, as I mentioned earlier. So the future step and our main direction right now, there are two main directions, let's say, from the manufacturing machines, which create such a massive, large amount of data, and there is the appetite to take advantage, to use and hire this data to work for us and do the analytics, advanced analytics, let's say automatically using the AI. And it's again the same attraction into this. The people responsible for management, no matter I am a plant manager, area manager, team leader, or even operator, I want to have the control of the process, because having some KPIs to deliver, I need to control the process to have the real influence on what is going on. So there is always appetite and willingness to have the good insight, proper understanding what is going to take the proper action in the right time. So there is the appetite to implement the solution like OpenAI technology or ChatGPT and scan the large amount of data we have and see what information we can get, what let's say big picture we can build, and when this journey let's say take us. And we started the pilot program together with ConnectPoint. We have
the smart RDM, right?
Yes, we have our data under some investigation right now and creating the tool for us to ask some queries, and it is very interesting because we can deep dive in details about the particular asset, particular machine, and check the profile and have some prediction about the future, about the maintenance cost, for example. Maybe it is better to, let's say, switch off this machine and, let's say, do essential replacement because it's more effective rather than invest a lot of money in refurbishing, for example. Yeah. This is one case, and the second let's say area, it's energy mix management, something that Andrzej already mentioned, because we are also in the journey in our green energy transformation. So like 2 years ago, we use only energy from the traditional source, the government supplier. Because of the energy prices, it was, let's say, crazy last 2 years. We were very determined to change our energy mix, and we are also have our ambition to reduce the carbon footprint. So we implement the photovoltaics solution, so the solar panels and 3 generation core generation. So we additionally produce the energy from gas, which is cheaper comparing to the energy from the national provider and from the black coal. And so we have now 3, maybe in the future 4th, using the wind farm. Yeah, because now it's possible to use the wind farm. You don't have to build your own. You can use the wind farm, which is totally different area in Poland or in other region. And you have to manage this. And every day the gas price, the energy price is different. You can get some government bonus producing the green energy from the gas. So there is, the different sun operation day by day. So
But you have to monitor the trends all the time.
yeah, you have to have very flexible.
Like a stock exchange, all the time is changing, right?
Definitely, you have various parameters, various criteria that are playing their own games each day, and you can define the algorithm and the limits to take some action to increase utilization of your one source and maybe switch off another one to at the end of the day to get the most optimal or the minimum energy cost for your organization. And we also started the program, the project together with Connect Point. That the first step is to connect all these sources of energy to the one system, and getting the data from the open source about the temperature forecast, let's say sun operation. We can use history in the region, the weather forecast. We can use the history from the region, but also use the weather forecast from the open sources. And energy price, gas price from the various sources to predict the cost and make the right decision, having the guidelines first, and maybe in the future let to manage by the technology. Yeah, so this is a really exciting journey, I think.
Yeah, and then we actually have quite a few more, not maybe directly in manufacturing space, but in the spaces which are supporting manufacturing. So health and safety, for example, we are looking at how we can enhance safety of the people. So there is feeder analysis we can use and analyze them in real time or near real time to enhance the safety. We have a process of something what we call fingerprinting. This is a tea tasting. So every raw material we get, we taste it, we describe it properly. So we are thinking, if we need to build a machine like a digital nose or digital tongue, or we can actually use the AI with the data we already have from the supplier to provide some kind of guidelines that this tea is more black or more light. More, there are many characters describing every. Yeah, exactly. So we are exploring this on various areas. Probably with some of them will fail, like usually it does with completely new technology. But hopefully we'll get some lessons learned for the future, and we'll get some insights for another projects.
So we can say that we are a little bit pretending the nature, yeah, because we are constantly trying something new, and as you said, maybe some of them will fail, but anyway, we are trying to achieve something new, and of course, those one that will bring some effects, so we'll stay with us. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, okay. And regarding other possibilities, and using smart RDMs. So, Gabriela, can you tell us something maybe new that RDM can bring to the table?
Maybe I can summarize this previous discussion from the point of view of our software. So in general, smart RDM is something like a decision support system. And we use different models, as I said, artificial intelligence tools to serve the best input, the best information to make this decision. So AI for me has two parts. One is this advanced algorithm like machine learning, deep learning, and so on. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, we have natural language processing. So we perform advanced analysis, we give the information, we give some advice about energy efficiency or how to select or which data source, energy source should be taken. But we can also use AI to shorten this access to information for the end user of the system. So he can ask in the natural language, in English or Polish, or any way, don't need to be technical to get the information. Yeah, so this is how AI works. And we implement it for different use cases, not only energy sources and efficiency. We use it also for like environmental reporting and monitoring, like CO2 monitoring, carbon footprint. Of course, predictive maintenance. A lot of companies are interested in this right now. So we optimize the maintenance schedules based on this analysis of, as we said, of historical and real-time data. And of course, operational efficiency. These are the most important use cases right now.
Okay. And Martin, from the Microsoft perspective, can you share with us some other use cases? Something from the real world?
Yeah. So I have one example. I think very interesting for manufacturing. Probably Konrad also will share additional. But few months ago announced the GPT Vision model by OpenAI. We close cooperate with OpenAI and share these models through Azure OpenAI services. So GPT Vision seeing can describe, understand the pictures, but not just images. But for example, in the manufacturing, the technical process, schemes, diagrams, business process. This model can describe this, synthesize the data or extract data, can standardize the technical documentation, for example, can be using in the training use cases, yes. So I think that what is unpredictable today, tomorrow is a very, very real. So is a lot of use cases which today we don't see, but tomorrow will be real and implemented in the production environment. For example, I think that this GPT Vision is very interesting. You have implemented it in the many different ways, delivering the huge business value.
Konrad?
Yes, I already told you that, in my opinion, the beauty of these solutions is that you have a variety of components and you can build something out of them. And let me bring 3, maybe 4 examples. You can call all of them production, but it's totally different type of production. So one has been already mentioned by Marcin. So Slovenské elektrárne is a energy company in Slovakia. And they are producing, they are having nuclear assets, only nuclear assets. But what they are doing, they are monitoring the German wind farms. So they are, of course, they are accessing the widely available data. So they know the install capacity of these wind farms. So they know how much they can produce. They capture the weather data, and of course they also analyze the historical data. What is the result out of it? They can fairly accurately predict the next day production of the whole German energy wind farm market. And they are using this data to optimize the day-ahead production of the nuclear facility. So they are generally optimizing the margin because they are using this knowledge, this data, this analysis to optimize their production of energy on the day-ahead market. and how to trade it on the domestic market, how to sell it on the European market. So this is one of the use cases. And if you think that the components below are exactly the same for any other use case, that's the beauty of it. So another use case or another example can be Ukrainian steel producer Metinvest, one of the biggest in the world, at least a couple of years ago. So what they did, they are analyzing the historical data coming from the blast furnace infrastructure, and they are using this data to optimize the energy consumption. And of course, with these capabilities, if you can achieve like fraction of percentage of your energy consumption being saved, this counts in millions of dollars a year. So this is exactly the level of the savings they achieved. If we move to for example, another industry that is producing something, we have refinery, MOL refinery in Hungary. We work with them on optimizing the delayed coker installation in the refining process, and this was mainly also for the energy efficiency optimization. But first of all, how to predict and avoid explosions that they may not be harmful, but they definitely would affect the continuity of the production and the quality of the outcome of the production. So another use case, if you're producing something, how you can use these digital components building the solution. And let's finish with a more typical one, 3M, so the company that produces this safety products and also office supplies, so more like FCMG products. And here analyzing the historical data from the shop floor to look for abnormalities and to predict potential breakdowns in the production. So this is what exactly is your main focus. So to make sure that we are keeping the production being continued over the time. So, but as I said, if you look at to build all of these four use cases, generally you are building first the data platform, the raw data platform, and then you are using digital capabilities of Azure and AI. I think it's beautiful because you then realize that you can build almost anything, regardless of the industry and regardless of your final goal. Because at the end, those goals are pretty similar. They are all around how to monetize the data that you already have. And this monetization can, of course, be in a different parts of your processes or at different areas of your organization. And to look back at the end to what Marcin just said about this nice feature, and we are now talking about generative AI specifically, this nice feature of analyzing the technical documentation, including images, and being able to translate these images to text or to speech or to whatever. Another, I would say, pretty horizontal solution that we see across many industries being spreading heavily these days is anything you can do with generative AI in a call center. So wherever you have an interaction with a customer on the large scale in the call center, any type of call center assistance that would proactively listen to the conversation the real agent have with the customer, prompting what he has to say or he or she has to say, and then of course doing all the analysis of the call and things like that. So another use case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like we have a lot of opportunities, a lot of possibilities. It's worth to try. So. Call to action, yeah, so probably we have to end not so far. So what are the next steps that Connect Point on Microsoft can suggest to the potential customers that they would like to start this journey with digital transformation and with AI? Do you offer something for them like POC or some kind of program that can speed up this decision?
Usually we start, unless we are already very deeply engaged with the customer organization, we know all the pain points, we know the strategy and the guidance and directions. Usually we start with a kind of envisioning session that we are meeting in a place like this, for example. This Warsaw MTC, Microsoft Technology Center. And then this is, of course, bi-directional interactive thing. Yeah, so it's not like we are just presenting what's possible. Of course, we are doing this as well, but the guest, the customer, is sharing his
Needs.
priorities, challenges, issues that can be potentially resolved with a new technology. And then we are envisioning together, we are brainstorming, and the ultimate goal is to leave the room at the end of the day with a list of potential use cases, as we just were playing this today in connection to the manufacturing industry. But we tend to have at least couple of use cases, real use cases, when the business benefit is immediately recognized on the customer side. So we are not trying to do something that is fancy or can be presented to the board afterwards and you know, just for the PR purposes. No, we try to immediately put it into the context of the real business needs of the customer, and this use case, this solution has to have at least the potential to bring the business results that can be quantified in dollars. Yes. Either additional business or savings or whatever, yes, but it should be measurable. Then it will be tangible,
Always.
as always.
Always is the topic.
And then, of course, as you said, we would start thinking of POC. Then, of course, the role of the domain expert, meaning partner, is substantial, because we have to bring it to the next level, to the real infrastructure of the customer, to the real environment of the customer, and then usually all three parties working together on the POC. If the POC is successful, you know the rest of the story. Yeah.
Yeah. If there is a success, so it's a win-win situation, right? And Gabriela, from your perspective, do you have something to add? Because
Maybe I will add that after we have the goals defined, or the business need defined, we need to go more deeper and define business requirements and go to the more detailed picture. Yes, so as to develop this solution or even POC to design the functionalities and implement it. So this is like we are going from the more general.
I can imagine that if you are telling that you are going deeper, you talk directly with the operators, for example, right? To gather the information from them, how the business flow should looks like.
Yeah, how they interact with the system, what exactly
What they actually need.
and we need to correlate it with this business need to provide the exact solution.
Mm-hmm. These two words. Okay. And before we wrap up, I would like to ask each of you to share, let's say, a brief summary and some kind of advice for what is the most important part in the digital transformation and what things they should avoid, let's say. So can you share such information, Marcin, Andrzej?
From my perspective, for the summary, the crucial thing is to, let's say, consider the reason why it is really worth to doing, and definitely my background is the operational excellence and lean management, and having some KPIs to deliver, and definitely we all have, let's say, the KPIs which needs the involvement of our team. So having the KPIs to deliver, definitely we need to understand, have the proper insight in the process, the proper understanding, and this way we can achieve the control and deliver this KPI. So for me, it's no other way, you know, because all the data provide this proper understanding and increase your level of how you can control your process. Yeah.
Probably this is not only your decision, it's a team working, that you talk with your people inside and you got kind of brainstorming what kind of processes.
Yeah, absolutely. The teamwork and the problem solving is one of the critical skills in the lean management, in the manufacturing. So it is not only to have a large amount of data, but also to have the advanced tools to visualize this data, to alert the team about that action is necessary, and let's say, and support the team to do the advanced analytics. to help them to do effective problem solving action, achieving the better results. So for me, as I mentioned, the digital transformation is something that upgrade lean management and is strong pillar. Now it's one of the strong pillar of this culture, let's say.
Andrzej?
Yeah, so definitely digital transformation is something what basically executes the strategy, the overall strategy of the company. So we have to know why we are doing this. It's not digital strategy transformation for transformation per se. There has to be some kind of goal end state. And it would be also very good to have some kind of roadmap. Yeah, so we can't do everything at the same time. So it's good to have some roadmap, maybe some small steps. So POCs to understand the technology, understand what are the watchouts. What else is also very important? The data. Obviously, most of the technology we are talking about now is data driven. So without data, it's very difficult to do something more. Obviously, we can use some open databases sometimes, but sometimes we can't. Sometimes we have to gather them. However, again, there is also something we need to consider. If we just gather all data without understanding them, we may end up with data with a very poor quality, and then output from the AI analysis or any analysis will be very, very, very poor. So this is something what we need to consider. And the last thing I would say is the people. So first of all, people need to have to have a different skill set. So technology skill sets. We need to understand how the AI works. What are the caveats of that? But also people should be willing to change. So this is the overall comment on the transformation. It doesn't matter. It's digital transformation or transformation in general. The whole company, the whole team has to be ready for that. So that's I think quite challenging also, because technology is there. Technology is ready. There are partners like Microsoft and ConnectPoint who can deliver it, but sometimes some companies may not be ready. So this is something what we need to be aware of.
Let's say mental awareness. It's also very important to prepare our staff.
Yeah, exactly. And from top to bottom, everybody should be on the same page. Operators, board, managers, everybody should be on the same boat, and then they can go on the right direction.
There's one more thought, maybe I've heard a nice sentence last that we should let to do by the technology each thing which is obvious that the technology can do this better. We have last year's the examples that the robots do a lot of works in the manufacturing. So automation is the nice example to do some repeatable, standardized task releasing people from the boring job. And it is a necessity to do this, having the situation on the employee, let's say, market right now. And it's obvious that the technology can better analyze large amount of data and take advantage for this. So we definitely should let to do this, the technology, and support us in our business. Yeah.
So I can only agree and confirm that we need to have this clear strategy, but related to the new employees, we need to remember that we have new generation that is totally different, that older employees that, for example, work with machines, and we also need to remember to create workplace for these new people. And maybe sometimes while designing the solutions, we forget about it. So maybe in some few years, people will select to which company they want to go because of the technology.
From Microsoft perspective? Some hints?
Let me again start with some more general. I would say that years ago we had this gap between the expectation of the certain industries towards how the technology can solve the problems and what the technology can do. I think this gap is gone, because now really almost everything is possible, and moreover with the capabilities of a generative AI, we are getting this additional benefit of being able to communicate with a natural language, which also brings us to the situation that almost anyone can become a developer in the organization. So if I was to say what is the most important thing from my perspective, and regardless of the industry, is allow the people in the organization to articulate what are the challenges, issues they would like to have addressed with the technology, even if they are not experts in this technology. And we see a lot of successful organizations that with this low-code, no-code approach, combined now with the generative AI, are building lots of sometimes very simple solutions, but very useful solutions and very much measurable in business benefits for these organizations. At the same time, rising the digital culture within the organization enormously and making this organization being really very well prepared to any further challenges. If I was to say something about don't forget or don't do it, I would say don't wait until the 7th, 8th, or 10th POC before you start thinking about the data platform. Because you can do 1 or 2 projects without that, but sooner or later you will realize that you should rather start with the data platform and then doing projects that are utilizing AI. And of course you can do a few of them, but sooner or later, and we are seeing this with many customers all over the world, you will reach out the situation that you have to stop developing new things. Now we close everything and we just do the data platform project, because otherwise we will not scale.
Who drives the digital transformation organization? I think people. So I think that the crucial is the change management, so caring about the people, supporting people in this journey, because in this time the rapid development of cloud services or artificial intelligence model is advantages and also disadvantages. You have to deliver you a lot of possibilities, flexibilities, a lot of business value. From the other side, you have to be very engaged, very focused on this area. Is a lack of specialists on the market. You have to invest heavily in your people, in your organization, building the skills. So I think that the people factor is crucial in this journey. I think is a program, is a continuous improvement program. It's not like one simple AI project or data project or cloud projects. Is a beginning of the journey to the I don't want to say nowhere, but is a journey to the place where we don't know today. Yeah, but I think we have to change the way how we working together, focusing more on the building the teams, working with different tools, supporting the people how to building the digital skills. Prompt engineering is something which many people mention, that the using AI in an efficient way is very correlated with the prompt engineering skills. So using the proper prompt to receiving the value from the AI. Yeah. So I think the crucial is investing heavily in people.
Okay. Thank you to all for these valuable insights. And I think we can get to the conclusion and summarize that we have been talking about the technical aspects, data quality, new technology completely, right? But anyway, in the end, we can get to the conclusion that people are most important, team building, and this is crucial. And of course, we should use any kind of technology that will support our people on the daily basis. But in the end, there is always somebody, I mean the human person, that will decide this or that direction, right? So thank you one more time for this valuable insights for today. This concludes our webinar for today. And I wish to all of you successful digital transformation implementations. And if you have any doubts or you would like to stay in touch with us, so we are here. And thank you so much and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.